So MrBeast has been exposed for a lot of things in the last recent weeks, and in this video we are going to talk about claims of MrBeast faking videos, rigging who wins certain giveaways and competitions, selling fake signatures that he was supposed to sign. I actually feel scammed buying this now. The claims of illegal lotteries and unfair giveaways on MrBeast channel, the alleged horrifying working conditions from a former MrBeast employee.
Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe.
MrBeast allegedly deleting YouTube comments and cutting parts out of old videos. I'm also going to run my own test of MrBeast comment section to see if any of this is true. The comment does not show up. It's just not there. The crazy unsafe conditions at MrBeast games, some bad claims with Feastables, and of course the very unsettling allegations against Ava Kris Tyson, and about how MrBeast allegedly knew about it the whole time, and how there are allegedly more SA offenders that have been involved in the MrBeast team.
Actual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes.
So there's a lot here, but I will also share the MrBeast response to all of this because there are a few. Some of them are direct responses and some of them are pretty bad responses. So it's a big situation that's a little insane, so let's jump into this. So this all starts like 2 weeks ago with Ava Tyson. Ava Kris Tyson here is an old member of the MrBeast crew, and she was caught doing some bad things with minors, unfortunately. So Tyson was accused of grooming and sending messages to someone called Lava when he was 13, and it turns out it's basically true because Ava Kris Tyson put this out on Twitter apologizing for what happened. She still claims that she did not groom anyone, so there is that. Jake the Viking, who was a former MrBeast member, also said that Jimmy knew, so it's a little bit worse because apparently Jimmy knew about this whole situation. Like, I mean, there are tweets of him being in this Discord server where Ava Tyson did all of this. Like, this right here is MrBeast's Discord account. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed as well. And there's Ava being like, haha, MrBeast joins in to comment on my size. I love it. It's a little weird because the people in the server were minors, you know? And then there's also a clip in this video here tipping pizza delivery guys $10,000. There was a clip in here where MrBeast was looking at artwork on the wall drawn by someone. This is very inappropriate artwork of like kids. Apparently this is Ava's, but MrBeast like was looking at it. I saw it in the video when it was live. MrBeast has obviously cut it out of the video now because it's gone from here. So not only did they cut out a portion of the video, they've also been doing a lot of comment control. Like, this is pretty much proven because if we go to the comment section and we sort the comments by newest first, so only the newest comments will be here, you got comments from, you know, hours ago, days ago. But if we keep scrolling, you'll notice a weird cutoff. So you got 10 days ago, 10 days ago, and then all of a sudden 1 month ago. So between 11 days ago and 1 month, there's a cut. There's no comments between that gap. And what happened 11 days ago? Well, the Ava Kris Tyson allegations came out, and this video was a front-centered video because it had MrBeast staring at the poster of the artwork. And that video was huge. I remember personally seeing the comment section just blow up about the situation. All of them are gone. All of the comments are gone. Like, it's proof right here. This is just proof. 1 month ago, 11 days ago. No comments in between. And all the comments above it, yeah, there's some, but there's just a handful. And yeah, it's good that he cut out artwork from his YouTube video, but deleting the comments and censoring it, that's insane. So to me, this response from MrBeast, no response is a response. Doing things like this is still a response. This response to me is like, if there's nothing to hide, they should just be fine with saying the reason why they're doing it. Like, yeah, we're removing this because we don't like that this is in the video. It does not reflect our brand. You know, it was Ava's art, but they didn't say that at all. So it makes me think that there's more. They would just come out with it if it was as simple as that, you know? They would explain what they're doing, but they're not. So that's weird. And then we got MrBeast's response. So he said, over the past few days, I've become aware of the allegations against Ava Tyson's behavior. And so basically, he says that he has fired her. And he also says he's going to have independent investigators who will look at this whole situation. I don't know the outcome of that because he hasn't really updated us yet, but investigations take a while, I guess. That sort of from there sparked a lot of drama because then we got this tweet from Dogpack404. This is where things went a little crazy. So, I worked for MrBeast. Ava Kris Tyson is the tip of the iceberg. So he's playing, I don't know whose song that is, Kendrick.
I'm outside MrBeast studio right now. Here's a cornfield. I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, you know, is there an
So that's MrBeast studio.
raid going on? What's happening? MrBeast Knew? Yeah, MrBeast Knew.
So this is Dogpack. He used to work for MrBeast, and he even showed like he has a non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast. So like this is real. Now we get to the video. So there's this channel called Dogpack404, and he posted a video that now has 10 million views. I saw this the day it went live, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be big, because there's so many claims in this video that actually like hold up, you know? So it's a little crazy. There are so many claims in this video. It's 53 minutes long. I do recommend watching it because they aren't like baseless claims. Some of them are a little bit like, you know, you didn't really need to bring that up. That's like not really that important, but a lot of it is like really, in my opinion, damning. Like, so let's look at some of these claims. The first one is about like faking videos, which is a bad claim for MrBeast because of course he prizes his content on being real. So there's this clip here.
Also, if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
So he's like really hardcore about not wanting to fake videos, right? It's part of his brand. But then this guy goes over different things like the train track being CGI.
These bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20.
That part's
That's
a bit
not
crazy.
a worker, it's just a guy. This whole room is fake, this contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They had him dive through this fake door twice, this line is scripted, this action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all
There's
the videos
so much
with
that's
Mac are
like
scripted.
fake. A lot of that, obviously, you know, a lot of that's like, does it really matter? Especially like the CGI part. Obviously it's CGI, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the shredder was fake, so that's like, I guess they did good CGI. I thought they actually shredded a Lamborghini. Things like this explosion being fake, to me that's obvious. Like, there's some effects that he has where he like zooms out on Earth and he explodes the Earth. Like, obviously certain things of course are fake, and that's just part of making an entertaining video. Like, some of this is obvious, some of this is like, dang, what the heck?
Pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
Like, what the heck? Mac being scripted, stalling here. Apparently a lot of the timers he's claimed are like fake, like added on. Like, damn, that's a bit insane. Now, nobody actually cares if he didn't pay $1 for the island, but the thing is, like, MrBeast has his brand built on like telling the truth. So that's the part where it's like, oh, it's a little disingenuous, I guess. It's not even the worst claim out of all of this. There's way worse claims. But this part here was actually a lot worse, apparently. The raccoon being a paid actor was a lot more than just that. There was this video here from Oopaville where he talks about this. Like, there was an interview Dogpack had with Oopaville. Like, just this clip is a little insane.
Yeah, it's a domestic raccoon that they brought to the set.
Domestic raccoon.
Sort of treating it like a prop. They're putting it in the ceiling and then pretending like, you know, they just discovered it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then there's a scene where it, like, hides the fact that the raccoon is going on the bed. But what it's really doing is hiding the fact that someone's throwing the raccoon.
So a lot of this is shown as like real, but the raccoon jumping down was just the throwing it, allegedly. So that's like a little bit disheartening. Like, why would you throw a raccoon? That's a bit messed up, you know? So a lot of this stuff in the video is a little damning, and that's just scratching the surface because there's actually really bad stuff. So amping it up a little, this video that MrBeast did, 7 days stranded at sea, I watched it, it was really entertaining where they stay 7 days stranded at sea. But apparently,
during this time lapse on the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night, completely soaked.
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht.
He's alleging here that they didn't sleep in the raft, which I guess I looked at. It looks to me there's no one in the tent there. So I don't know. It's a little weird. This is getting a little worse. Like, videos actually being staged, allegedly. Like, that's a bit crazy. So now the next part in the video is about him rigging results, which is an even worse claim because like this actually touches into like legality. So this part here,
challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money. But doesn't make the same offer to the girls.
The boys were blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve.
So he's paying off like people to sort of influence the results. Allegedly, he has the ability to rig results in videos, which is not like fully legal because like, okay, so there's this TV show called Survivor. It's pretty big. I think Carl from MrBeast actually really likes this show. They do like different challenges. So this is the host, Jeff, and he's talking about this.
We always have the same person tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we get down to inches. And then we have a standards and practices person. And if you don't know what that is, on any kind of a game show where there is a prize, you have to have somebody that ensures that
game shows legally have to have some sort of standard practice. So like, things aren't rigged and like you're legally following the law there, which I don't think MrBeast has. But he's alleging here he does not have it, so it's a little crazy that that's a thing. There are some other claims in this video that a lot of the contestants chosen were actually just employees at MrBeast, which I'm not too sure is legal in some ways because you can't really include friends or family in like a giveaway. That's apparently a law, so that's kind of bad if they did that. It's also like controlling who wins, because if it's an employee, you just take them out because they're yours. They're your guy, you know?
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. Friends and family of MrBeast employees, or just the employees themselves.
So there's that whole like segment of things being rigged and faked. So we did get a response about this from one member of MrBeast crew. So Chucky, he does thumbnails on MrBeast. He went over all of this debunking things, but then Dogpack also debunked all the things that were debunked. One of the only bigger claims that he really talked about were the people in the video that MrBeast personally knew, and he said that the only reason they were in the video is because they were covering for someone who couldn't be in the video due to COVID. A lot of the people in videos have no affiliation with friends or family of MrBeast employees. He also says that they do not fake giveaways and they always connect winners with their accounting department to get paid. Dogpack hit these back by saying there were so many other people in other videos who were coincidentally contestants but really shouldn't have been, like Ava Tyson's cousin getting into the chocolate factory video when it was supposed to be like a golden ticket thing. So things feel so off to me about this response, and as we watch this video you'll see just how many claims he didn't even address in this. The bigger claims. He covered only little things but not like the bigger claims. The raccoon was a paid actor. He didn't go into how allegedly is a domestic raccoon. But something was added in post. If it was or wasn't, doesn't matter. Like, sure, you can refute claims, but you can't ignore claims, and there's way worse claims in this video that were just ignored in this response, so I don't really like that. Because now in the video, we are going into illegal lotteries. This segment is actually even more illegal than anything we've talked about. Rigging results on game shows, not good, but this is actually, in my opinion, illegal. Like, illegal lotteries is literally called illegal lotteries, so this segment here.
All right, so the newest order, in 30 seconds, we are going to put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay.
Stephen King. And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is.
So what's illegal about that? Basically, every time you promise a giveaway, you have to do it legally. Like, you can't go back on your word. So there was a bunch of live streams where MrBeast was signing shirts and giving them away. But the problem with it is, like, if you say in 30 seconds, I'm gonna give this away, you have to do it in 30 seconds. You can't be like, oh, actually, in 5 minutes. That's two separate giveaways. You have to follow the exact timeline that you gave, and MrBeast didn't do that. You see at the top of the video, he says in 5 minutes we're gonna do this, and then 7 minutes later he says in 30 seconds. Those are two separate giveaways, and the fact that 7 minutes passed and he didn't fulfill it, it's in my opinion an illegal lottery. Like, you have to like legally follow that. That's just how giveaways work. Every time you promise something, you have to do exactly what you say. Otherwise, you know, you fall into really bad stuff. So like, he's had a bunch of these streams, and all the streams, by the way, have been taken down, so you can't really go back and check.
MrBeast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries. And by the way, the rest of these streams were taken down short.
Actually, there was one on Facebook that has been taken down after this video called out that, hey, there's still footage on Facebook. Conveniently, they took it down. That's a bit strange, huh?
To be eligible to win most prizes, you had to make a purchase.
Would you guys prefer? Would you prefer that we throw money in random orders, or that we throw items in random orders?
Yeah.
Somebody screamed in chat, I want to switch.
Hey.
Buy a shirt.
So this is like illegal because you see at the top it says we are doing a ton of giveaways, no purchase necessary, and then they're saying like you have to buy things. So things are adding up. And you just have to be really careful with giveaways. I know, like, maybe this was completely an accident, that's totally fair, but like, it's still not legal. Like, you have to be super careful with giveaways like that. It's a very touchy area because you don't want to like scam people. Now this has always made me think, like, you know how MrBeast sometimes says, if you click subscribe, like, you'll get $1 million. I think he did a giveaway for that, or just giveaways to a random subscriber. The way to check for your subscribers on YouTube is to go into Studio, and you can see everyone who has subscribed. Now, people think they're entering this giveaway of just subscribing to get something, but they're not. So if you click subscribe to someone, all these people have subscribed to me, I can see that they subscribed. But usually, I think by default on YouTube, you have to have this button untoggled. So this is keep all my subscriptions private. So if you have this on, which is usually by default, you will not show up in this list. So in order for people to actually enter the giveaway, they have to subscribe and turn this off. So, you know, it's not really communicated. So people think that just by subscribing they're entering giveaways, but that's not even the case. So again, with giveaways, you have to be super careful about how it works and that you do things like on time and you follow through exactly with what you say. And unfortunately, it looks like in a lot of cases, MrBeast just doesn't do that, which even if it's unintentional, it's really important that you do that. That's a little problematic there. Let's move on to a really, really bad thing, and this is the fake signatures claim. So this part of the video was like one of the most shocking things to me. This is where it was like, oh, this is actually getting like disingenuous and kind of malicious. Like, watch this clip.
Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away.
My
Could you
goodness,
make it
man.
any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory.
That's crazy. So let me show you what this shirt in the background is, okay? So MrBeast had a live stream where he would sign shirts. This is MrBeast's signature on here. And it was advertised as MrBeast himself signing these shirts. It was MrBeast and crew. So MrBeast would sign it, as well as probably a crew member. That's probably who I think signed that, probably a crew member. But it was advertised as MrBeast himself signing shirts. And the fact that Tyler from MrBeast is caught signing MrBeast's signature, like, this is not alleged, like, this is a fact. There's footage of this happening. Tyler is signing MrBeast's signature there. That's insane. Like, I have a shirt. I actually feel scammed buying this now because there's no way for me to verify whose signature this is. But it was advertised as Jimmy doing this, so it's like, I feel like I got scammed. That's crazy, man. That is insane. There were so many fans who were encouraged to buy this because they got the chance to win $1 million if they bought a shirt. They bought it with the incentive for $1 million and MrBeast's signature, but there's no way to verify if this is real. So that's insane. That's where it's like, okay, this is actually, there's actually some scams going on here. I bought it and I made a member video on it, which will be public by the time you're watching this. I'll actually make a whole video on this whole situation separately, so if you want to check that out, go to my channel. Didn't know this whole time I stored it in my room thinking I had his real signature, and now it's like, I don't want that shirt now. I've actually emailed them to try and get a refund and I haven't got a response. Figured, right? It's a little upsetting. Whose signatures are these? How do we know it's MrBeast? I don't know. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And there's more to that. Like, he's given his signature on other things, which basically voids it all because there's no way to verify it anymore. Now, there is another thing that we're going to go over, which is the MrBeast moon. MrBeast sent something to the moon. I made a video on it 3 years ago where he would put a picture on the moon. So if you bought this for $10, you would get to put your picture on the moon. It goes on like a flash drive. Now, I did not know that the rocket blew up. So MrBeast tweeted this in 2021 for $10. I'll put whatever you want on the moon. I made a video on it, and then I made this. This is the image I sent to the moon. It was just Timeworks, my channel art, and then how many subscribers I had. Wow. Then we have like double this and like triple this. That's kind of cool. And so the flight kept getting delayed. Like, people are like, is this the rocket? Like, is it really this rocket? And then people are like, is this the rocket? Like, no, it's actually a different launch. So the thing that it was actually supposed to be was this right here, the Peregrine Mission 1. So on this was supposed to be pictures that we sent MrBeast. But you can see after 6 days in orbit, the spacecraft was directed into the Earth's atmosphere and was burned up over the Pacific Ocean. So there were like issues, so they couldn't actually complete the mission, and so it burned up over the ocean. I was not notified about this. I bought this thing thinking it would get somewhere, and I was not told that it burned up at all. Do I get a refund? I don't want a refund on this because it's arguable that it's out of MrBeast's control completely, and I agree with it. Like, he does not control what happens to the rocket. That's way out of his control. But at least an update about what happened, man. That's a bit wild. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is MrBeast Feastables. So he claims that MrBeast has advertised this chocolate brand of his as healthy and then changed up the ingredients. So
part of Feastables' marketing campaign was the fact that it's a better for you brand, that it's healthier for you than Hershey's. Less sugar, only 4 ingredients, all organic.
I wanted to just make a better for you snack brand because I think a lot of the stuff out there is just terrible for you.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
to me, like, all these clips,
Hershey's, for example, there's 10 ingredients, super processed.
he is like going over the health thing a lot, and I did buy it at Feastables thinking like, yo, this is healthier, let me try it. So I made an honest review of Feastables. Honestly, it kind of sucks. Even the new formula I don't like. It's just like, it tastes like cheap chocolate. You can see the new ingredients here after the formula was changed. There's a lot more sugar and more ingredients, so it's like he advertised it as healthy and then changed out the ingredients to just be like not good for you.
Feastables, and I'm trying to do this.
Oh, what the?
MrBeast is teaching us gambling?
So I don't know what that's all about. That's probably not a good look to teach kids. I don't know what's going on there. That's a little weird. Now, there was another thing with Feastables where he would ask kids to do things for him. It's just a little,
monthly
like,
thing.
weird to
but
me.
it got a lot of controversy, obviously. How can I successfully clean up the shelves? Wow, glad you asked. No bars on the shelf? Go find an employee and ask them to check to see if there is product in the back room and ask them to bring them out.
It's a bit weird to do that, to go into Walmart and be like, can you make sure this is out on the shelf? Like, that's a little strange. Now, he's not directly asking kids to do that, he's just asking anyone to do that, but like, I'm pretty certain, in my opinion, MrBeast knows, you know, that he has a big kid audience, so it's a little bad. So that's all of that video. There is a lot more, like, other claims. There's just a lot to unpack. I do recommend watching it because people think it was a hit piece, but after, like, really looking at the claims, there is kind of just blatant evidence, like, calling out what is publicly given. I don't feel like there was much insider secrets really revealed here. It's just things we already knew. Of course, everything's not super black and white like MrBeast is all bad. There's other things that we'll talk about. So it has now been 2 weeks after Dogpack's video, and he has posted a second one, a part 2, called I Work for MrBeast, He's a Sociopath, which does have more claims against MrBeast, and this one is also insane on its own right. So I watched this video, and it's basically an interview with a former MrBeast member called Jake Weddle. And there's some really, really insane stuff in here. Most of this video is an interview with him, but he's talking about his time on MrBeast and the unfair treatment that he says he experienced. Now first, in the beginning of this video, Dogpack talks about the next video he's going to make, part 3, and what he's going to include. So he talks about some really bad stuff, like this clip, I don't know, man.
Allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that. In the 100 Boys versus Girls video, I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone was making some girls feel uncomfortable. You trap these girls in a circle and make them sleep on rough turf and get them high on paint fumes, and then you try to f them.
That's wild, man. So I don't know, like, what these allegations are, but we're gonna have to wait and see the next video when it comes out. That's gonna be insane. All of these things coming together. That's just starting the second video. So in this video, Jake Weddle talks about his time on MrBeast and how he went through a bunch of different things. Like, he does talk about how MrBeast wanted people to delete their social media just so that their accounts don't compete with MrBeast.
He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave.
He also talks about, like, directly being involved with fake videos, like putting the rock on his car, which is crazy because I remember that video.
There's an element of, you know, oh, hey, you're crying. That's so good for camera. You know, I'm so glad he's, if you're crying because you're so thankful that you got XYZ, and then you go, oh, I'm so glad he needed it that bad so I could come in and, oh, can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for the camera if you could, oh, it made me uncomfortable when I was working there.
Watching that clip is really disturbing because it makes it about the content and not actually being genuinely a good person. He talks about having to perform these kind of moments as well in a video he was involved in.
The note I got from the director, from Jimmy, when I'm receiving some cash. He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans? You know how hard it was to do a take of that and pretend to make it genuine? I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage. But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want.
Watching that is just like, it's really disturbing. He worked on this video where he was to spend 100 days in solitary confinement, and he was given really, like, inhumane treatment. So there was, like, he wouldn't get the lights turned off when wanted. He alleges he was challenged to run until, like, his feet, like, had blisters on it. Like, there were a lot of crazy challenges in this big video, and he just felt really mistreated. And honestly, listening to his, like, account of this video that didn't even get released, there are pictures of it, but the video didn't go up because at the end of it, he was just completely done because his feet had, like, blisters on them from one of the challenges he was made to do. So crazy. So here's him talking about, like, the lights not being turned off, as well as, like, how some people on the team were like, this is a war crime, you know, like, that's crazy. So
he got to a point where, like, they weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we, like, have, like, nighttime hours? You know? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah,
see, that's crazy that they're in it for the footage. Like, he's also a person, you know? That's wild.
Sunlight. Oh, great! Want to know how they figured that one out? I didn't have it. They take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend. And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists.
Damn. That's crazy. Breaking the Geneva, that's insane, man. So there's obviously a lot of like unsafe and inhumane working conditions that he's talking about here, that he's alleging. He also went into how there's a pressure to just do what they ask, like just participate and perform, because it will make for a good video.
There was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know? You get up, and if I refuse, it's just, oh, that's the whole video. I guess the budget's, you know, so much money up in flames because Jake said he wouldn't want to do the thing. And so I wanted to be a good sport, and I wanted to get the boost, and I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and I'm running until 3 a.m. I got off the treadmill. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just.
Finally, he talked about the aftermath where his friends and MrBeast came out into the room to talk to him, and MrBeast had this weird moment.
And it's like they brought in all my friends, you know, to make it. They brought in all the people I liked, and Jimmy, as if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, you know, your mental health's the most important thing. You know, just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is. I can almost hear the word Sue come out of his mouth. The S, he just stopped right before it got out.
So MrBeast like didn't say Sue, but Jake's impression that he was going to say it. But just the whole interview is so upsetting to watch. I really don't like it. This is again his story and his take. There's obviously two sides to the story. If this is all totally real, that's insane. And people are really mad. Understandably so. Now there's also another claim in this video which is even crazier, and there's apparently a registered blank offender working at MrBeast company, so that's
well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And I knew that.
Oh my lord. 1 to 11. That's jeez. So that is what he's alleging here. That's also insane. So it's not just like, you know, you got Ava Kris Tyson, who we talked about earlier in this video. You got other stuff like that. That's everything in MrBeast is like collapsing right now. This is crazy. So going over the whole video would take a lot of time, but I just recommend you watch it. Like it's an insane interview. I don't know. There is other stuff going on with MrBeast Games. So MrBeast has Beast Games, which is like a deal with Amazon where he has a game show, but there's been a lot of bad things going on lately. So this girl, Rosa Pansino, was in a video where she claimed like that MrBeast treated her unfairly. It was like a hide and seek video, and she got out. There was a whole situation with that. But she's been talking to people who were on this Beast Games show, and there's been some really bad conditions apparently.
It was really, people were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would.
That's wild, man.
It was 100%.
That's bad.
They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are an even playing field. That was not the case. All the games were about speed and strength, so only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women and elderly people.
So apparently there was disadvantages. There was like people withholding clothes and necessities, as well as actual food and water. Apparently it was bad. That's what I've heard. But I'd like to see more proof, but like there's a lot of stories like this, so the proof is pretty damning with all the claims. In my opinion, it is real, and there's been a lot of big news outlets reporting on it in recent days, so it's like a little crazy that it got out of hand that bad. Now, as for MrBeast's response to all of this, so there's been a lot of stuff from Dogpack404 where he says that MrBeast has filed a cease and desist on Dogpack here, so he's basically telling him to stop. Not only are your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Dalton untrue, they also violate the confidentiality non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast that he made because he was a former employee. So he's being told to stop what he's doing. And then of course there's Chucky's statement. This is also another response from the MrBeast team. Again, we talk about, like, after I showed you the fake signatures, the illegal lotteries, all of these claims, the stuff that Chucky has said here is like, why are you focusing on this specifically? Like, yeah, you could cover it, but cover the other stuff too. Like, sure, the fake giveaways, that's a good one, but where's the signatures? Where's the illegal lotteries? Where's all those claims? So this is not a good response in my opinion. And then there's also the non-response from MrBeast, which a non-response is a response, where like they took down the existing live streams of the t-shirt signing. So these streams where like they signed t-shirts, I think there was still one on Facebook is what Dogpack alleged, and it's gone. So, and people have confirmed this, like it's not really alleged, like it's just gone off of the Facebook after this video was published. So that's a response from MrBeast. Now another thing that I noticed when this latest MrBeast video went up, there was first of all massive dislikes and massive like comment purging. So let's talk about the dislikes. So there's screenshots of this video having 1.4 million dislikes on the video, which is it's crazy. This shows that like people, they want MrBeast to actually respond to all of these claims that Dogpack has made because they're pretty bad, you know. But there is a thing about this. This is using an extension called I think YouTube, just bring back YouTube dislike. So it estimates what the dislike count is. If users of this browser extension use it, it'll calculate what the dislike button really is. So it is very inaccurate and an estimate, and Chucky from MrBeast actually posted a video showing how many dislikes it has. So on this video, it has 20,000 compared to 2 million, which I feel is actually not the case. I don't know. For me, I don't believe this, but you know, it is a screen recording, so it does feel real, right? Personally though, it feels strange, especially, let's just isolate the Ava Tyson stuff. That alone would get you a lot of dislikes. It happens to so many YouTubers. So the fact that this one only has 20,000 is really strange. I don't believe it personally, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube corrects dislike when people get dislike bombed. I don't know. That's the whole reason they took away the dislike button though. So I don't think they should do that anymore. I don't know, man. Now, as for the comments thing, I did see in the comment section that things would get deleted by, I guess, the moderators of the MrBeast videos. I don't know if this is true though. You know, this is all alleged. So there were people who would have to type like this, like, address the allegations, please. So they would have to cut out spaces in order to avoid getting blacklisted. So we're going to just test this. I know how to test this. So I'm going to be like, nice video. Wow. Okay, what we're going to do is copy this link right here on the 1 second ago. If we copy this link and then we go into private window, let's see if my comment is on YouTube still. So now that I have put this comment here, nice video, wow. After waiting a little, it seems that it has been approved. Here is a highlighted comment. This is a private window, so I'm not even logged in here, and I have my comment right here. So there's that. But now let's comment something a little bit more, something I think that we get caught up in the blocked comments filter. So what should I comment? I should probably include the word allegations. What are the allegations? So I'm gonna put that because I don't want it to seem like I'm attacking MrBeast, because I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to test the comment section, you know? So comment. I'm really curious if this comment will go through or if it will be deleted. So we're gonna copy the link address and try this out again. It might take a little bit to adjust here. Just wait and see. But if you go to the newest comments, there aren't any comments talking about this whole situation, which is very strange. Like, I don't know, man. All right, so it's been like 2 minutes and look at this. Refreshing to see the comment, which it is the comment, like it's not there. See the LC on the link? That is the linked comment and it is not there, man. What the heck? I can see the comment because it's my comment. But for anyone else who tries to view this, the comment does not show up. Like, what is just not there? So that means it's been blacklisted and filtered and maybe removed if there's a team moderating. That's crazy. That is insane, man. Oh my god. It is literally being silent. So there's even shorts of people showing this on mobile, which is even more apparent. So this is what I mean by people having to comment in words like this. If you tap on the comment, it means that it's been deleted. If there's an error like this, the replies are gone, it's because the comment is gone. So MrBeast, like, that's actually deleting comments. That's crazy, man. 3 likes on this comment, no likes on this one. This one just has not been allowed to exist on YouTube because of MrBeast's comment settings here. Like, that's crazy. Wow. Now we're gonna go over to a video by Upper Echelon because they have brought up some really crazy stuff. So they brought up this graph on MrBeast's newest video. The red is the comments that got deleted. So like, this is the total comment count, and you see there's 2 waves of like just comments getting removed, and that are all like the comments talking about this whole situation. So that's crazy. There's a lot of comment control. But now he also talks about how there's been other videos by MrBeast that have been edited. So let's just watch a little bit of this.
$1,000 to random Twitch streamers, 14 minutes and 41 seconds. However, an archived version is 16 minutes and 11 seconds. And the part that got removed is this. MrBeast sitting in a kitchen in front of a living room with the same poster on the wall in the background.
Yikes. So that's the same poster as before. So they're going not only through one video, but a lot of videos and cutting things. Like, that's crazy. So YouTube has a tool that you can go to cut a YouTube video up. So if you select a YouTube video and then go into the editor section, you can trim and cut a YouTube video that you've already published on YouTube. So that is what's been going on with all of these MrBeast videos. They've been getting cut up years after. These videos are 6 years old and they're getting cut. That is wild, man. What the heck?
Here's a complete list of the edits made to the MrBeast videos over the past couple of months for anyone curious to go look for themselves. This is all the stuff they're trying to hide. I spent 24 hours straight in prison challenge. Current video 13 minutes, original video 14 minutes and 51 seconds.
Huh.
They removed a roughly 30-second section where Jimmy says to the camera, "Probably shouldn't break the law because being in jail sucks." And then a section where Jimmy describes how he would hate to go to jail for a few years. Also some parts.
Those are just such obscure. They cut that. That is obscure. Why would you ever cut that? That makes me think he's so guilty. What the heck, dude? That is crazy. Another response from MrBeast is apparently a leaked email that was sent out. So this is from Drama Alert and they have confirmed it's real apparently. So it's just an email from the MrBeast team to their employees, I guess, where they talk about how they're hiring a new human resources officer. They're getting mandatory training for sexual harassment and LGBT and diversity and all this other stuff. They're going to listen to sessions, listening to employees about their experiences and ideas. Anonymous reporting, that's good. That should be a thing. That should already be a thing. External review, we have engaged an independent firm to conduct a thorough review of our policies and practices and implement changes. So that has come out, apparently it's been leaked, but that's kind of a response, you know? But not directly. MrBeast hasn't really said anything. It's a little crazy. So those are the responses for MrBeast. That is all we have heard about all of this so far. Now, after all of that, there is still stuff we gotta talk about, like the good. MrBeast has done a lot of good. Like, he has this whole philanthropy channel where he gave every family in a village a full year's salary. We powered a mountain. We rebuilt a village. We helped amputees walk again. There's some really good stuff here that he's done. So of course, we don't want to take away from that. But it doesn't mean that just because he's done really good stuff that, you know, he can be called out for really bad stuff like, you know, scams and stuff, you know? So these videos are all fundraisers and they're good, although Dogpack has claimed that like some of these are a little bit you know, double meaning, but I think we will see that in his follow-up video. I think he said he's researching that. So yeah, I can't wait to see Dogpack's third video. It's probably gonna get even more hectic. I might make separate videos on little segments that I mentioned here. I'll play around with that. So I am obviously a supporter of MrBeast. Look, these are all of my YouTube videos with the word MrBeast in my title. I really am a fan of MrBeast. I like his content. So this coming from me just shows that, like, you know, he still should be called out on things like this, because selling fake signatures and not having good regulation with your giveaways is actually not a good thing. I do like to be unbiased, which is why, like, yeah, I'm a fan of MrBeast. 108 videos about him, but I also went through, you know, this video basically exposing a lot of the stuff he's done. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into Dogpack's video, click subscribe. I do recommend checking it out because there's actually a lot of damning stuff. So that is it for me. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Click subscribe because next video that Dogpack releases I will definitely cover. And I want my refund, MrBeast, so peace out and fly on.